Sick of people at ESPN or SportsCenter who think they have their heads on their shoulders but really don't? Well, it's time for the Jimmy the K Sports Show, and we are going to give you the most urgent sports news. Now it's time for the Jimmy the K Sports Show. We're live, unedited, and giving it to you now. Here we go, boys! How you doing out there, fans? It's me, your host, Jimmy the K. I am so thankful, since we're coming up on the week of Thanksgiving, that you are my fan and that you continue to come back each and every week to glorify this show, so to speak. I don't, a big word, glorify, uplift my ego. No, I'm kidding. You're not uplifting my ego. I'm sorry. Because you, the fans, are my fans. And I want to hear from you. Wow. We had a busy week in Major League Baseball with things that went on. We want to definitely get to that. We're going to get to a little bit of NBA news. The Thunder have some good news coming out. And we're going to look at the completed NCAA football scores for today. And one particular running back in the NCAA had a record-breaking day today. So let's get with it. Let's get with it. Let's get her done. Get her done. Well, let's start off with the good news if you're a Thunders fan. It was reported yesterday by the Oklahoma City Thunder that both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook did practice non-contact practice. Rumors started up a little bit today that both Westbrook and Durant did actually practice with contact. Now that the rumors are swirling around, a big rumor swirling around is that they could both be ready as early as sometime next week. If you're a Thunders fan, you're definitely hoping for that, because the truth of the matter is the team is 3-11 right now. They've had very close games, and they're very far out of the playoffs picture right now. But like I have said, do I think they can make the playoffs? Yes. Do I think they'll make it? Yes. Do I think they'll go very far? Probably not. Well, we'll have to see, though. But this is definitely good news if you're an Oklahoma City fan out there. And it makes you want to thunder up, so to speak. So that's good news if you're a Thunder fan. All kinds of good news. Brooks is liking what he's seeing from Reggie Jackson. And a lot of people out there feel like they're liking what they see from Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson performing at a high level of contact, high level player. He's really showing the world that he can definitely be a star in the NBA. Switching gears a little bit to Major League Baseball. It's been a little busy in Major League Baseball this week. And it's going to get busier as Thanksgiving comes up and the winter meetings come up in the first part of December. Things will really start escalating then once we get to the winter meetings and trades happen. Trades have already happened, don't get me wrong. But trades will pick up around the winter meetings. Signings of free agents will pick up around the winter meetings. You'll get good stuff will start happening right around the winter or right around the winter meetings. Right now, there's a rumor going around that there's plenty of suitors out there for Max Scherzer. A lot of teams say the Yankees, the Red Sox, Toronto Blue Jays, Dodgers, San Diego Padres. There's just a lot of teams out there. But, personally, in my opinion, what I'm not seeing is teams like the A's and the Royals. Those are my two sleeper teams. The Oakland Athletics and the Kansas City Royals are my sleeper teams to sign Max Scherzer to a deal. The biggest sleeper team out of those two, in my opinion, is the Oakland Athletics. If the Oakland Athletics sign Scherzer, you can bank it that within a year or two, they're going to be World Series champs again. But personally, those are my two sleeper teams. I think personally, out of all the teams out there that can spend the money, yeah, the Yankees, the Boston's, the Rangers, teams out there that have the money to spend don't necessarily want to spend that much. Um, but I do see the Oakland Athletics or the Kansas City Royals being the sleeper teams for Max Scherzer, with the Oakland Athletics being the big sleeper team. So, what's your thoughts on this? I want to know your thoughts. Who do you think is the sleeper team for signing Max Scherzer? There's lots of speculation out there who could possibly sign him. Um, but who are your sleeper teams? Do you have sleeper teams, or do you agree with the critics? Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Padres, Dodgers. Um, you know, uh, all those teams out there. Here's one that no one saw coming at all. Earlier this week, Jason Heyward of the Atlanta Braves was traded to the St. Louis Cardinals for Shelby Miller. Now, this is definitely something I want to look at. I want to look at and share with you what was given, what was traded for in the Braves deal with the St. Louis Cardinals. Personally, I think both teams got a very, very good deal on this, a very good deal. The Cardinals acquired Jason Heyward and right-hander Jordan Walden from the Braves in exchange for righty Shelby Miller and pitching prospect Tyrell Jenkins. Basically, this is a blockbuster in every sense of the word. The Cardinals acquire one of the game's most valuable outfielders in Heyward and an excellent setup man in Walden. Over his lifetime, through his lifetime, he has a 262, 351, 429 batting line. His 269, 335, 479 batting line, and 27 home runs in 2012 give an idea of the power upside that he has. But St. Louis didn't necessarily just get him for the offensive bat. They got him for his defensive playing as well. He's under team control for one more season. He earns $7.8 million in 2015. Walden is a little bit more long term than what Heyward was. Walden's 27 and posted a 2.88 ERA with 11.2 strikeouts per 9 innings and 14.9 walks per 9 innings, and has a 45.2% ground ball rate. That was last season. Armed with a fastball that averages mid to upper 90s. And Mike Matheny is definitely going to have another hard-throwing option to pair along with the likes of Trevor Rosenthal at the end of the bullpen. In Shelby Miller, the Atlanta Braves got 4 years of control over a high upside arm that looked on the verge of stardom in 2013, but had a rough finish and stepped backwards in 2014. Shelby Miller will definitely be a good bullpen piece for the Atlanta Braves. Now let's look at the Jenkins part of this. The Jenkins, the prospect that the Braves got themselves, is 22. Isn't just simply a throw-in for the Braves either. The Cardinals drafted Jenkins 50th overall in 2010, and the right-hander cracked Baseball America's top 100 prospect list following the 2011 season, ranking 94th. Touted for his off-the-charts athleticism, he's seen his prospects start to dim a bit since the time due to shoulder surgery that he's had. Baseball America ranked him 17th amongst the Cardinal prospects heading into 2014, noting that his fastball sits 93 to 96 when healthy, and adding that he features an improved curveball as well. The trade was made by the St. Louis Cardinals due to the aftermath and unsudden death of Oscar Taveras, the young player who shined so well last year. But by getting Jason Hayward, the Atlanta Braves have gotten a lot better. Or not the Atlanta Braves. The St. Louis Cardinals have gotten a lot better. You add in Shelby Miller along with that. That's good. Jordan Walden going to St. Louis is a good deal. Shelby Miller going to Atlanta, good deal. Young man going to Atlanta is going to find stardom in Atlanta. I guarantee you. The young man will find stardom in Atlanta. So that was definitely something a lot of people did not see, but it was something that was worked up, and it happened. Last week, if you recall, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I told you that the Cubs appeared to be the front runners for signing Russell Martin. But you remember what I told you last week? I said, we'll see, because every year there's that sleeper team in free agency. Well, did I not call that, or what? Because what we learned a day after that is that the Toronto Blue Jays were signing Russell Martin. Russell Martin, a good pickup for the Toronto Blue Jays. His glove is definitely something that they're going to like in the Blue Jay organization. He goes back home. He's a Canadian himself. He gets to be home, closer to family, closer to his life, so to speak, and not traveling all over the world. Gets to see his kids grow up. It's something that a lot of players really want to do nowadays that really can't, because they're constantly traveling, and then in the off season they're back at home. So, with that being said, I told you there was a sleeper team. Okay. One of the last things I want to look at in the Major League Baseball realm is something that happened a few days ago. And I want your takes on this. You know how to get in touch with me. I reiterate it each and every show at the close, how to get in touch with me. Giancarlo Stanton signed a 13-year, $325 million deal. It blows away A-Rod's 10-year, $275 million deal. Blows that clear out of the water. And personally, what I think is going to happen, he's got opt-outs. But the business is, if any team wants to try to trade him, he could wind up banking quite well if he's re-signed by another team and end up making more money than the $325 million that is already on the table. So he's set for life. He's a good player, do not get me wrong, but this is a bad deal. A bad deal on both parts. Personally, what I think is going to happen after this deal, and I think it's pretty well probably going to happen pretty well soon, you're going to start hearing talks of a salary cap needing to be implemented in Major League Baseball. People like Giancarlo Stanton, 13 years, $325 million. A-Rod, 10 years, $252 million. $275 million deal with the Yankees. So you got all these big deals coming out there. And at some point, talks of a salary cap have to be in play. Why should talks of a salary cap be in play? Because players like Giancarlo Stanton are good players, don't get me wrong. But he's not worth $325 million. Period. End of discussion. Basically, if you break it down, what that amounts to is like $300,000 on that bat. It's a lot of money. I wish I could go to work and strike out a lot, hit the ball a couple of times, and still get a $300,000 check. Who wouldn't like that? Hey, I'm not going to lie. If I had the opportunity to sign a 13-year, $325 million deal as Giancarlo Stanton of the Miami Marlins did, I'd probably jump right at it. I'd jump in bed with it. I mean, hey, who wouldn't? So, but with a deal like this, you're going to have Major League Baseball execs talking. You're going to have owners talking. This is way too much money to give one individual player. And now Miami's general manager and owner saying, hey, we're going to surround this talent, Giancarlo Stanton, with big-time players. This team was on the verge of bankruptcy 3 or 4 years ago. They filed for bankruptcy many, many years ago after they won their first World Series. They dismantled the team, filed for bankruptcy. It's going to happen again. Mark my words, it will happen again, and all because of Giancarlo Stanton's $325 million deal. Do I think it's a good deal? I'm not going to lie. I think it's a good deal. If I was his agent, I'd be like banking right to the bank. See ya! Wouldn't want to be a fool. Money, 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 money. Sit down, Donald Trump. I'm richer than you. But is the deal long-term a good deal? No. He's a young age right now, 23, 24 years old, 13 years. If he stays in the Miami organization, we'll put him at 36, 37 years old. And I don't see that happening. He's going to continue to want to have talent built around him. And if that talent is not built around him, then he's just going to up and walk. And by up and walking, he can easily make more than the $325 million that he's making right now. So, what's your takes on this? Do you think 13 years and $325 million is too much? You have the opportunity to chat with me right to the right of your chat window, or if you're using Facebook, you can use your login Facebook there, and you can just ask questions that way. But what's your take on this Giancarlo Stanton deal? 13 years, $325 million. Good or bad deal? Would you take it? Would you not take it? That's my 2 cents, and salary cap talk will start. Mark my words. With that being said, I want to definitely take a look at the completed college football scores for today. And want to congratulate, I hope I'm pronouncing this, Samaje Perine of the Oklahoma Sooners for breaking the NCAA record in rush yards in a single game. Samaje, I think I got Samaje Perine. Congratulations. My hat comes off to you here at the Jimmy the K Sports Show. Congratulations. Congratulations to Bob Stoops for continuing to hand off the football to the young man who continued to prove that he could run quite well. With that being said, let's take a look at the completed football scores in the NCAA. Number 1, Alabama all over West Carolina, 48-14 is the final. Number 2, Oregon, 44-10 over Colorado. You have number 3, Florida State, and Boston College, 20-17. Ohio State winning 42-27 over Indiana. Ole Miss is crushed, slaughtered by Arkansas, 30-0. Number 10, Georgia, 55 all over Charleston Southern to 9. Rutgers losing to 11th ranked Michigan State, 45-3. You have Washington State losing 52-31 over 13th ranked Arizona State. And then a dogfight. Not really. That was a joke. 15th ranked Arizona creaming 17th ranked Utah 42-10. Number 16th ranked Wisconsin barely squeaking by Iowa 26-24. Kansas losing to 21 ranked Oklahoma 44-7. And again, Perine runs for a record 427 rushing yards, and that is an NCAA rushing record. 22 ranked Clemson beating Georgia State 28-0. You have Minnesota at 25th ranked beating 23rd ranked Nebraska 28-24. 24th ranked Louisville 31, Notre Dame 28, and those are your completed NCAA football scores for today. And that is this week's Jimmy the K Sports Show. I thank you for stopping by, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you fans. I am very thankful for you. And since I'm thankful for you, next Saturday night, we will forego the Jimmy the K Sports Show. We will re-air the Jimmy the K Sports Show live December 6th at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. December 6th will be our next show. So remember that. December 6th, 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, the next Jimmy the K Sports Show. Remember, there are 3 easy ways you can get in touch with me. 3 easy ways you can get in touch with me. And you know how those are. You can like us on Facebook at All About Sports Zone. Or you can like us at Twitter at JimmyChristy1. Or you can email us at allaboutsportszone@gmail.com. And until the next time, December 6th at 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, I am Jimmy the K. I'm your host. Until next time, peace out.